We are used to picturing Iran as a country of elegant mosques, intricate carpets, and bustling Eastern bazaars. But if you step off the tourist trails, a completely different picture emerges. You don't need mysticism or invented anomalies here. The real history and nature of Iran hide things that will make your skin crawl. Today, we'll walk through 7 real and chilling secrets of Iran. Watch until the end. The 7th story literally froze human terror in time. Let's go. In the center of the Dasht-e-Kavir Desert lies the Rigijen area. Locals have bypassed it for centuries, believing that evil spirits live there, making caravans vanish. The reason turned out to be purely physical, but no less dangerous. Under a thin layer of sand, treacherous salt marshes are hidden. If you step on such a crust, the quicksand swallows a person or a car instantly and without a trace. And the mystical groans heard at night are simply the sound of the wind passing through the specific shapes of the local dunes. In the city of Yazd, gloomy round structures called dakmas stand on the hills. For millennia, Zoroastrians did not bury or burn their dead so as not to defile the sacred elements of earth and fire. Bodies were simply left on top of these towers under the open sky. Vultures picked the bones clean, and the scorching sun dried them out. Then, the remains were thrown into a deep well in the center of the tower. This harsh, pragmatic tradition existed in Iran right up until the 1970s. Beneath Iran lie tens of thousands of kilometers of ancient underground aqueducts. To get water in the desert, people manually dug vertical shafts up to 300 meters deep and then connected them with narrow tunnels. The work was hellish. Due to a lack of oxygen and frequent cave-ins, diggers regularly lost their lives. When going underground, they always wore white clothes. In the event of a tunnel collapse, it immediately served as their burial shroud. In the Dasht-e-Lut desert, one of the hottest places on Earth, the Shaddad rocks rise up from the sand. From a distance, it looks like a massive, abandoned metropolis with skyscrapers and city blocks. In reality, these are yardangs, rock formations that the wind has been carving for millions of years. The architecture of these natural ruins is deceptive. Finding yourself in this stone labyrinth during a sandstorm means almost certain death. You instantly lose your bearings. Hidden in the Alborz Mountains are the ruins of the Order of Assassins base, perched on a rock so steep it was considered entirely impregnable. In the 11th century, their leader, Hassan-i-Sabbah, created a system of perfect mind control here, without the need for a massive army. Young men were drugged and transported to a secret garden filled with luxurious food and women. Waking up later in the cold fortress, they believed they had visited paradise. To return there, they were ready to carry out any order. They didn't just kill. They struck in broad daylight in crowded public spaces, never planning to escape, which made them the most flawless and feared political assassins of the Middle Ages. Persepolis was the greatest city of the Achaemenid Empire, a sprawling complex of grand staircases and massive columns that stood as a symbol of absolute power and wealth. But its main mystery is its sudden and brutal end. In 330 BC, Alexander the Great's army captured the city, and shortly after, it burned to the ground. It is still unclear whether this was the order of a drunken commander during a feast, a careless accident, or planned revenge for the Persian burning of Athens. The temperature of the fire was so high that gold melted off the arches of the palaces and seeped into the stone floors. But there is a dark irony. It was the thick layer of ash from this colossal fire that safely covered the stone bas-reliefs and thousands of clay tablets. These ancient administrative records were preserved underground for over 2,000 years, giving us a perfectly frozen snapshot of how the empire actually ran. On the southern island of Qeshm lies a natural anomaly that looks like a shattered alien landscape, the Valley of Stars. According to local legend, a massive star fell from the sky millennia ago, violently striking the earth and carving a bizarre labyrinth of towering limestone pillars and hollowed-out gorges. From a scientific standpoint, this is a masterpiece of sudden erosion, shaped by centuries of wind and heavy rainstorms. But the true mystery awakens as the sun goes down. When the evening wind weaves through the porous rock formations and narrow ravines, it produces a haunting, low-frequency whistling that echoes across the desolate canyon. The acoustic effect is so incredibly unnerving that even today, many locals refuse to step foot in the valley after dark, convinced the twisting stone corridors come alive. It is a place where pure geology creates an atmosphere of perfect, natural suspense. Iran is a massive book of real stories, where the truth is sometimes much scarier than any fiction. Thanks for watching. See you soon.